Yo, this is Darren from Brigades, and you're watching SoundlinkTV.
It's border soil, it's built up this turmoil. Well, I've got mine and you've got your crazy ace to keep the bed warm.
What's up, everybody? Trent here with SoundlinkTV, back here at the Radio Room in Greenville, South Carolina with Darren from Brigades. How you doing, man?
Great, feeling good.
And there goes my tripod bag. It's getting a little windy out here. But yeah, so we're here in Greenville, your hometown and stuff. You guys are finally back playing a show, and you just released a new single and stuff. So what's been going on behind the scenes with Brigades and this comeback?
A lot of practice, preparing. We're doing a lot of different stuff, playing a lot of new stuff, because normally I wouldn't want to play a lot of new songs, but we decided, you know, this is kind of like, this is not just a resurgence, like we're basically starting over. And, you know, we went back and self-funded everything. We self-funded this record that we just did with Machine a little bit last year. And so now we've just been practicing and getting the songs tight and trying to figure out what we want to do, you know. Basically, we're still unsure of what we can do, because like I said, it's like starting over. And I started this band almost 10 years ago, so.
Yeah, through that, you know, like from people who have been following you guys for a bit, you know, you were on a label, you had some pretty, you know, good tours, and you know, got out there a little bit like that in the big world and stuff. So, taking those experiences, restarting, what are some things that you're doing differently this time that you didn't know about or weren't aware of the first time around?
Taking a lot from what what I learned, you know, like you said, with the opportunities that we got, you know. Maybe this time when we get some better opportunities coming up the road, like, you know, I'll make some better decisions than I did last time. And we're also, like I said, we're trying new stuff. Like, you know, our live set, we've mapped out a set and stuff. We're just doing things that I wouldn't have normally been into, you know. Old Darren, like, would not have been down with. But now I'm like, you know, I'm getting into newer stuff. I'm trying to, like, you know, broaden my horizons a little bit, open up and try to figure out, like, not put us in a box and see what we can do outside of the, you know, pop punk, post punk genre, you know, try to expand a little bit and see what we can do. And like I said, we're doing everything DIY, so like it's still a learning experience, even as much as I've done, you know, like I'm still learning something new every day, you know.
Okay.
And
yeah. So one of those things that's been changing is you guys have a couple lineup changes. You know, I think this is like the third, you know, big lineup change with it. With you being the, you know, one constant in the band and stuff. So having to, you know, work with new people, get to know how they work, you know, balancing that out creatively and professionally. Do you think you finally landed, I guess, the right lineup for this band to like go where you want it to go?
Absolutely. And you know, that's the thing I knew, you know. I thought I'd get a lot more hate for that, but like, you know, everything's been positive. All the comments have been positive about the new stuff, and this lineup is finally it. You know what I mean? It's like Eric, Dom, Jacob, Ricky, like those guys are great. Like, and they kind of trust my crazy ideas that, you know, that I have, that some people have definitely questioned, and you know, they back me, and we're a team, and it's just great. You know, it feels good being in a band and just like having fun again. You know, like, I felt like I lost that for a while, and now things are just fun. Like when we, you know, even when we went and recorded True Blue, like that whole experience was fun. Like it was just a great time. And, you know, I don't know what, you know, how other bands feel about recording and writing in the studio and stuff. And it's just like, sometimes it can be a hassle, it can be a headache, and, you know, there's a lot of bickering that goes on because, you know, there's so many ideas, you know, in that room that are just brewing. And it was great, man. It was just positive, and everybody had a good time. We made it a fun thing, and lots of yelling and celebrating, you know, after a part. You know, it was just awesome experience, man. I'm stoked to be playing with these guys. I'm glad they trust me, and hopefully we'll cover some ground by the end of the year.
Okay, so you guys have a new single out and everything. You know, it's really good. It's got that pop element you guys have always had, but it's also got that seasoned, you know, veteran sound as well. So even starting over, it already sounds like you guys have made progress, even with just musically and everything. And so, like, what can people hear, you know, on the new songs or with the new record or EP whenever that comes out and stuff? Like, what's the overall vibe that you have going on this new stuff?
Definitely how I felt about everything that went on right after we parted with the label, you know, and as far as friends go, family goes, you know, my band friends that I made on tour, you know, a lot of weird relationships were going on at that time where things were kind of crumbling for me and falling apart. So that's when I started writing. So during the beginning stages of writing, it was kind of hard because it was very like I had to push myself to get back out and like try. I was like, you know, I'm gonna write a record. It's got to go down. And so once I started doing that, and you know, it became a positive thing. Like, you know, I had a team behind me, and then I started when we worked with Machine, he built a lot of confidence up, you know, because I was going through a lot of self-loathing and like just remorse from a lot of shit that went wrong, you know, that from when we were, you know, touring a lot. And now it's like, you know, you go from doing that to being at home for so long, you get a little stir crazy, you know. I got comfortable for a while. I liked it for a bit, and then it became cabin fever. And so, you know, it's definitely got a dark little vibe to it, but then it just kind of like, once we got to the studio, it got brought to life. Like when I listen back to it, I get such a good feeling from it. You know what I mean? Because it's like, you can tell there's definitely parts of being broken, but it's just like, you feel that resurgence. It's like, I feel like, you know, I feel like I can feel how much fun we were having when we recorded it when I listened to it. And I feel like people will get that too. Because I felt like Indefinite bummed a lot of people out. And it bummed me out. So I know it bummed a lot of other people out. So.
All right, so when is this dropping? You know, as far as I know any you know, big announcements are hush hush and stuff. So if you guys are doing this independently, if you haven't or aren't signing with anybody else, when can you say this is coming out, full length or something? Or
we're dropping True Blue July 27th. It'll be on all streaming sites. You know, it'll be Spotify, Apple Music, everything. And then once we put that out, we're just gonna play shows, man. We're gonna, you know, kind of like I said, starting over, just be a band again, and not really like try to box ourselves or be like, oh, we shouldn't play, you know. Like this, you know, I booked with this run that I booked one headliner show here in Greenville. I knew I wanted to do a radio room show, and then we just jumped on the next two shows. You know, it was just like I just jumped on shows, and I was just like, I feel like we, you know, me and our old agent, you know, aren't really working together right now. So it's like I'm just kind of doing everything, and I was like, you know, let's just jump on a show. Let's just play. Let's just, you know, go back to the roots. You know, be a punk band again for a little while, and then see where we stand, like see where we fit in, what are we worth, what should we do, you know. And so we're just gonna play shows, have fun, and we haven't gotten any offers for anything yet, if that's a question from anybody. Like nothing big's going on, and it's gonna take a lot more work. You know, we've already put a lot in, and it's gonna take a lot more to get anywhere close to what we were doing, but we're gonna see what happens, you know.
All right, man. So True Blue comes out later this month. We're going to try to get this out by then. So if it happens to not be out, this interview happens to not be out yet, it's out now, so grab it. Yeah, you're playing some shows and everything. So anything else you want to plug real quick before we let you go?
No, just support the album, True Blue, end of this month, and then try to come out to a show. We're gonna try and make more rounds. We're gonna get out of the Carolinas and start traveling a little bit more now, and hopefully we'll play some festivals. We've been putting in for that, so. Hopefully we'll see you guys.
Okay, awesome. All right, Darren, thanks for your time today, and looking forward to seeing you later and what you guys are doing later in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks,
all right, no problem. I'm Trent with SoundlinkTV, Darren from Brigades. Thanks for watching, everybody.